Hello, everyone, and welcome to another night of music here on From the Top. I'm your host, pianist Peter Dugan, and we have a great show in store for you tonight. We've met several musical families over the course of the past few months, but this one is special in that they are perfectly aligned to create a string quartet. Mom and dad are violinists, and the daughter, Beatrice, is our From the Top alum of the evening. She's a violist. And we also have brother Noah on the cello. And parents are Laura and Robert. This is the Chen family. These four are coming to us live from Chicago. Well, they're coming to me live. You're watching this a few days later. That's just so that we can make sure we don't have any technical glitches. These musicians are so incredible, and what you're about to hear is such a treat. We want to make sure that you're getting a good sound quality and a nice steady stream. So I hope you enjoy this, and I want to encourage all of you to get into the chat throughout the course of this premiere video and tell us where you're watching from. Let us know how you're enjoying the program. We really love to hear from you. But now, without any further ado, let's bring on the Chen family, coming to us from Chicago, as I said, and they're going to start with Dvorak's beloved American String Quartet. Bravi, bravi! Wow, what an incredibly joyful way to start the program. Just beautifully played, such polish in the way you four work together as a family. This is the Chen family coming to us from Chicago. Let's hear a little bit about who all of you are. I think it's time for some introductions. Beatrice, Noah, one of you want to get it started?
So, my name is Noah, I'm 15, and I go to the Juilliard Pre-College. That guy over there, that is my dad. His name is Robert, and he plays the violin a few times.
Just casually?
Yeah, you know.
I get why that's funny. For those watching who aren't familiar with his illustrious career, who is that man?
He's the concertmaster of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
No big deal.
And I'm Beatrice, I'm 17 years old, and I go to the Curtis Institute of Music. My mom, Laura, also went to the Curtis Institute of Music.
A seriously intense pedigree that you guys have among the four of you. Just incredible. So what did we just hear? We know it was some Dvorak, but why was that piece special for you? And what else do we have in store the rest of the night?
Yeah, so what you just heard was the first movement of Dvorak's American String Quartet. And this piece is very special to us, not only because of the juicy viola solos.
Of course.
But also because this was the first quartet that Noah and I played together when we were around 10 or 11. And later, this was the first quartet that we played as a family.
Oh, beautiful. So what's up next?
Well, this is sort of a part of our American program, except for one piece later on, so stay tuned for that. But the reason why I call it that is that Dvorak came to America, or more specifically Iowa, where he heard a lot of folk songs and a lot of spirituals, so he took elements of that and built this quartet around those. Not so many direct quotes, but elements. Coming up next, we have pieces by Florence Price. Now these pieces are centered around one specific folk song each. So, Oh My Darling Clementine and Shortening Bread, and then she adds to those using counterpoint and compositional techniques.
Yeah, I think
Beautiful.
Florence Price wrote this quartet around 1951, but the actual manuscript wasn't discovered until a few years ago, so it's very rarely played. We're so excited to bring this to you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. For those of you who aren't familiar with Florence Price, please check out her story and her music. She's, I think, generally considered to be the first African-American female composer to have major symphonic works performed. And they're just incredible. And these pieces, I love these arrangements, taking these tunes and then just presenting them in such a rich and really fun way. Take it away, you guys. Bravi, bravi. Yes, you're listening to the Chen Family. For those of you just joining us, this is a special concert premiere event, and the music is coming to us from Chicago, where this amazing family is based. I want to give you a little announcement, little update, and it's quite exciting. This is news about From the Top. It's that next season, we are going to create a full season's worth of radio for NPR. We are so excited that this is possible, even given everything that's going on and how challenging these times are. It wouldn't be possible without all of your generosity and without the amazing leadership of the team at From the Top. My colleagues here have just been so incredible and thinking about creative ways to continue to make radio, even given the circumstances. So that's big news. We're going to produce a full season's worth of episodes. But that means we're going to need to find new young talent. And normally we would do that by going all around the country, especially over the summer, where we visit some of the leading festivals and get to hear live auditions. But since we can't do that, we're going to be holding virtual live auditions from July 27th through August 17th. So please check out fromthetop.org to learn more about that. If you're a young musician and you want to apply, you should. If you know a great young musician who you think should apply, send them our way, fromthetop.org. We've got $200,000 worth of scholarships that are going to be given out next year through our partnership with the Jack Kent Cooke Foundation. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. We are very excited to meet the next generation of young musicians. So now it looks like the Chen family has gotten ready for their new setup, which is going to be just a duo. You guys, I want to know what you're going to play next. But first, Beatrice, I want to focus on you for a second because you were actually on the show way back in 2017 when you were, I guess, 14 years old. Now you're the face of our Daily Joy campaign. You're a celebrity. And I want to know about your experience on From the Top. What was it like?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say From the Top was just amazing. I loved it. When I went and I played, we got to play at a really nice house in Virginia, and we got to take a tour of NPR headquarters and see Tiny Desk concert live, which was really fun. And I also think From the Top changed me a lot as a musician and as a person. Prior to going, I was really scared of talking about myself in front of a large group of people, especially it being radio, and it was just like a lot of pressure for me. But when I went and I had so much fun with it, I think it made me realize more that music is supposed to be a collective, it's a shared experience. It's not just about me playing, somebody else listening, and then that's the end of it. So I'm really grateful for that experience.
Yeah, and you are such a great example of someone who doesn't just have the chops, but you're so poised, and you're just clearly already, becoming a leader, and you've got what it takes to just, you're a shining star of an example of what a young musician should be, and that's great. So bravo to you. What are we going to hear next?
So next up is a duo for viola and cello by Beethoven in honor of his 250th birthday year. It's a rarity to have a cello-viola duo, so it's a lot of fun to play a piece like this.
Yeah, just a fun fact about the origin of this piece. Even though it's unfinished, it's still played among violists and cellists a lot, like us. And it was speculated that Beethoven himself played the viola, and he wrote it for a friend who played the cello. And the reason why it's called Eyeglasses is because he would always make fun of his cellist friend for having bad vision.
Right, which I assume is because the cellist friend maybe was not nailing all the notes exactly. This is a hard cello part. So I could just picture Beethoven saying, maybe you need to get your eyesight checked. But I'm sure this is going to be a pristine performance, and you guys don't have that problem. But okay, let's hear the Eyeglass Duo. And I hear applause in the room too. That means mom and dad approve. Beautiful performance. You guys got me with that fake out ending just before, right before the coda there. I was waiting to join back in to applaud, and you almost had me. And then I remember that. Dun, 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 dun. That was great. It's so fun to listen to that music and just imagine Beethoven and his friend just kind of jamming to it. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and we are hearing the Chen Family right now. If you're enjoying the show, maybe you'd consider clicking the donate button there. We are an independent, nonprofit organization, and the generosity of folks like you make it possible for us to do what we do. So we really appreciate that. And now it's time for some of the fun stuff, the Q&A. There are some questions that I've been wanting to ask that I imagine I'm not the only one wondering about these things. Starting with, I see a red blob on top of the piano. What is that? If you don't mind my asking. Oh my God, it's alive. It's alive. Wow. Who is that?
It's Mozart.
And we got another one right here.
Mozart. Who's this?
Ollie.
Mozart and Ollie. How beautifully behaved are they?
Sometimes we like to joke that they're not really alive.
Yeah. Like inanimate objects.
Yes, definitely.
Stuffed.
So cute. All right, I have a question for the parents. What I'm wondering is, you two are both violinists, and when you had the kids, you realize there's two, maybe you start to do the math, and did you start thinking like, hey, if we push one towards viola and one towards cello, we'll have ourselves a string quartet?
No, not planned at all.
Just good fortune.
Just good fortune. We never imagined that they would study an instrument, actually.
Really? So you weren't pushing them to study music?
Not at all.
Well, we signed them up for hockey, ice skating, soccer, basketball, volleyball, you name it. And
anything else?
Ballet.
Ballet,
yeah.
But they always came back to music.
That's beautiful. I mean, to know that it came from the passion that you two have, Beatrice and Noah. That's absolutely beautiful. I've got some more questions later for Laura and Robert, but for now, I want to talk to you, Beatrice, to find out. So this was supposed to have been your first year at Curtis.
Well, actually, I've been at Curtis for 2 years already.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm so impressed by people your age who have managed to pivot during this time. And even though your life has been totally not what you expected it to be, still stay focused, still stay creatively engaged. How do you manage to do that?
I think I owe a lot of it to my parents and just our quartet in general. Like, we've been playing a lot. For example, this From the Top broadcast, that's basically what's been keeping me going on the viola for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lots of performances and, some kind of routine. I get up in the morning, I do my scales, and then, that's done for the day. So, yeah.
Nice. Any new skills that you all have taken on?
Yeah, I've been baking a lot, and then we've also been...
I've found many different ways to cook a bean.
Yeah, we have so many cans of beans. Oh my gosh.
What's your favorite way to cook a bean, dude?
I like chili. I like making chili.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. If you weren't so
You should
dang
just
far
make
away,
chili
I'd come
yesterday.
over. I'd wear a mask. I'd shovel the chili. It wouldn't be easy, but you shovel the chili under the mask.
Or you could eat it like a horse.
That too.
Yeah.
Just like a like a trough.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Good. This is good stuff. I told you this is going to be the fun part. So what else did I want to ask you? Yeah. What kinds of advice would you two have for young musicians? Y'all are seasoned by now. What advice would you have for the young musicians coming up on the show?
Practice your scales. Have your routine. And it's normal to have ups and downs. When you're feeling down, it's perfectly normal to feel down. And if anything, it can actually be a great learning experience to try and push you more.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely just practice performing. Like this is the time to do it. You have all the resources. We have Zoom, we have Facebook, and that really helps. And also, yeah, as Noah said, it's okay to like not feel motivated during this time. A lot of people I know, and myself included, like when all this COVID stuff started happening, I was just like really depressed and not motivated at all. Yeah, but that's okay.
I want to also ask your parents that question too, but before we do that, let's talk about the family dynamics of playing in a quartet. You guys were fairly young when you first put the quartet together. Do you ever, are there ever conflicts? Who's the leader? You're performing with like seriously the top tier musicians in your parents. What is that like?
It's just kind of life for me.
Yeah.
Like it's just been something that I've had my entire life. So I don't know. But yeah, I'd say definitely it depends on the day. Who's the one to corral everybody into this living room area to rehearse.
Right.
Yeah.
Often, one of us will say, "Oh, let's try this," and we'll be completely outnumbered. They'll be like,
Veto.
"Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's not good. We shouldn't do that." So, everybody's ideas
Yeah.
are
Just
coming to the.
everywhere. Yeah.
Do disagreements in the quartet ever find their way into around the dinner table or elsewhere in the house, or are you able to keep it pretty contained?
I say in terms of musical stuff, it's fairly contained, but we do talk about it just throughout the day as well.
Yeah.
I think that's the key, is that we communicate
Yeah.
these things to each other.
Well, you clearly know how to gel as a quartet. I mean, it doesn't sound like a pickup band that just like, hey, let's pick up our instruments and jam in the garage. I mean, it's such fine music making, and it's such a treat for us. Before we get on to the final piece, I wanted to ask Laura and Robert for a little bit of words of wisdom that you might offer for parents out there. Obviously, you two are a special situation in that you're also, the finest tier of musicians, but for parents in general of young musicians who are trying to figure out how to guide, and find that balance of support, discipline, everything, what would you offer to them?
I think you have to let the child take the lead.
Always.
Let them have their voice, and you encourage them to go on that path. You don't try to force them to do it your way, or you just let them do their thing. I think it's very important. I think especially in our family, because of who I am, it's often we often have these conversations about, well, he's the concertmaster, but in reality we try to keep it so that it's very, very democratic, and all the ideas are expressed by everybody, and it's important.
Yeah. We talk.
Yeah.
We talk.
We talk a lot.
We communicate.
Yeah.
We talk.
That's
We're
it.
Jewish, actually.
Yeah. It's so important, and it's just beautiful to see the energy that you all share. It's really great. While you all get set, I just want to thank you again for performing, for this beautiful, fine performance. I want to thank all of you for watching and for spending this time with us. We so appreciate all of you. And before this final piece, there's a dedication that you wanted to offer, right, Beatrice?
Yeah, so the last piece we're going to play is the string quartet arrangement of Lift Every Voice and Sing. We'd like to dedicate this performance to Elijah McLean.
Beautiful. Elijah McLean, please check out his story, all of you. Very important stuff. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for that moving performance. The Chen family, Laura and Robert on violin, Beatrice on viola, Noah on cello. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just beautiful, and it was so great getting to know all of you too. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm Peter Dugan. Good night, everyone.
Good night.